What's up, everybody? My name is Carney Hope, and hope you have a beautiful day today. Today, I'm here to bring you another major coach interview for the preseason of the NPL. Today, we're going to be having our special coach today, who is the coach of the Florida for Alligators, Mr. Top Tier Boy.
Hello, friends. It's a fucking pleasure to be back again in the NPL. I'm hyped as hell that Jolt asked me to come back, and let's get this started.
Yeah, let's get this started. So, how are you doing so far, Mr. Top Tier Boy?
I'm doing pretty well, man. Just figure out some strats to use versus my week 1 opponent. And besides that, just relaxing. We got a few days before we have to do this thing, so it's going to be good.
Yeah, man. Your week 1 opponent looks pretty spicy. But before we get into him, man, let's talk about your favorite type of socks, okay? Because I'm a guy who likes those those curfew socks, where they're almost like no-shows, but what's your favorite type of socks?
Socks?
Socks. Like socks and sandals? What?
I guess I like the no-shows as well. Sometimes if I'm wearing some like nice-ass Jordan slides or whatever, maybe I'll rock the longer ones, but besides that, I keep it kind of humble and don't really show my socks too much.
I know it's an off-ball question, man, but we're just having fun here. So now
yeah.
let's get into your draft, man. And you have a very powerful team.
Yeah, you think so?
Starting with that round 1 pick being Tapu Fini. It's very cool, man. Very cool, man. And overall, your team is pretty powerful. I like it a lot. Why don't you give us an idea of what your mindset was going through while drafting this team?
Alright, I'm going to be completely honest with you. What happened was, I had made plans with a friend of mine about a week ago before the draft was decided to be on Friday, and on that day I was supposed to do some mushrooms with my boy. So what had happened was I was like, well, fuck, I can't miss the draft, obviously, because of the fact that it's the draft, man. It's gonna be hype as shit. So I hit my boy Gypsy King, who actually won last season. God bless him. He's fucking amazing. And I was like, dude, look, I'm going to be tripping. I'm going to send you my picks. Can you pick them for me? And he was like, yeah, fuck yeah, because he's cool as shit. So my mindset, I guess, when I picked was just draft things that are cool. I guess the only thing I really thought about was Tapu Fini and Mega Scizor, because Mega Scizor sweeps besides one condition, and that's fucking Scald. And guess who's not getting burned under Misty Surge? Motherfucking Scissor, bro. Because under Misty Surge, that boy sets up SDs. Ain't nobody burning me with Scald, so...
So burn, baby, burn. So inferno up in here, and it ain't gonna happen to Mega Scizor.
Nah,
I like it.
today,
I like it a lot.
Today.
I like it a lot, man. Mr. Nice and liking rock. Okay. All right, man.
No,
I don't
I
want to
have
start
to.
sticking out these bars, man. I'm not gonna throw out these bars on you, man. It's so beautiful. Oh, man. I freaking love this interview so far. So, what do you feel like is a steal? Like, this mon, like, you grab this mon super early, or not super early, but you grab this mon at the right time, and you feel like this is the best pick overall in your
Honestly, I'm so hyped that I picked Zygarde 10% form in, like, the 7th round, I believe it was. This Pokemon... Not only is its speed really nice in draft format, a nice base 115, because, there's not always the fastest Pokemon in draft, so that's a pretty good speed tier in my opinion. Anything over base 110 is going to be good in draft format, for sure. Not only that, but it has probably, arguably, the best move in the game besides Thunder Wave being 1,000 arrows, which is a ground move that hits everything. And there's not many ground resists besides, I think, flying types, which are just going to get nuked now, and grass type, so it more or less has no switch-ins, you could say. So I definitely think Zygarde 10% form was a steal by far in the 7th round, in my opinion. I think that Pokemon is going to put in a lot of work for me this season.
Yeah. I mean, especially, it's 1,000 arrows, or is it diamonds? No, it's 1,000 arrows, right? Or, I don't know exactly the correct move, or whatever it's called, but, yeah, that is such a good mon. Especially for that move right there, since you can just literally run 1,000 arrows and just destroy
I could
souls.
just spam it, yeah.
Man,
and the fact that my team has amazing U-turn and Volt turn, I should say, momentum, like it just brings it in every time on Pokemon that could be weak to it and just hit off its really strong attack. Not to spoil anything, any plans I have with my draft, but I feel like I have a really solid Volt turn core. to abuse Zygarde's, really strong move, which is 1,000 arrows, in my opinion.
Yeah. So now we're done talking about the strongest steel that you got, but what about the Mon that you feel like, maybe I should have waited for? What Mon do you feel like it's not the best on your draft, but you're glad that you have it?
I'm not sure, honestly. Maybe because I feel like Slowbro is a bit of a weak point just because I already have Azelf, a Psychic type, and Tapu Fini, a Water type. But the thing about Slowbro is I picked it because I was looking through my team, and we all know Pokeaim MD is now in the NPL, obviously. And so I look at his team, and I see he has a Mamoswine, and Mamoswine runs a fucking wreck through my team. So if I had not picked Slowbro, which is more or less going to be my counter, if he watches this, then shit, he knows my plans, but more or less, I think Slowbro was more just the pick to counter Mamoswine, which is, I don't know, I could have picked something better in that spot, but I didn't have anything for Mamoswine, so I had to kind of pick it, so I'm a little iffy about Slowbro. I don't know how well it will do. I mean, it does form a nice regen core with Amoonguss, but I'll just have to see how that does.
Yeah. That's pretty cool, but freeze dry Mamoswine is still a thing. You
exactly.
Still know that, right?
So there's still freeze dry, but not to ruin what I'm going to be running. But hopefully, whatever I run versus Pokeaim, it puts in work. So
yeah, I'm pretty sure Pokeaim is the one who came up with the freeze dry Mamoswine set too. So I'm just saying that. I'm pretty sure that's in his back pocket. But whatever. We're not gonna get into theory modding about that week match. Instead, let's talk about how you are prepping for your week 1 match versus Mr. Cloud Envy and the Jersey Jewels. So, what is your prepping regimen? How do you start prepping? Do you go for long walks on the beach? Do you box it out with some Punch Out on the Wii? What's your training regimen?
All right. So basically, for prepping for Clyde, what I did was, I don't know, I kind of sat down on my computer, had a few drinks, and then I looked at his team, and I was like, okay, well, this guy is going to get murked by Zygarde. 10% form, because if you look at his team, his only real switch-in is the Celebi, and I do get Banded Crunch on Zygarde, so my plan was to just bring a Pokemon that could just, like I said previously before, Volt Switch and U-Turn, and just bring in this Pokemon in as much times as I can and just spam 1,000 arrows, because he really doesn't have a solid switch-in. Also, just to note, Raikou does a bit of work versus him, so I'm definitely bringing Raikou. And just go from there. That's basically my plan for week 1. Just try to bring in my threats in as much as possible, mainly being Zygarde, because he doesn't honestly have a solid switch in once I weaken that Celebi, being its only resist actually to 1,000 arrows. So
yeah, well, I mean that's why I feel like grass types are more prominent in the draft league format right now, because definitely more of the Zygarde, even though one person only can have 10%, one can have 50%, it's still a thing where you need a Zygarde switching at the moment nowadays. So which is great. I mean, heart grass types.
But the thing about Zygarde 50% form is that it's so much slower than the 10% form. So I don't feel like it's as good as the 10% form, in my opinion. I could be wrong because it is a little bit bulkier. But I think in draft format, sometimes the speed matters a bit more than the bulk. But that's just my personal opinion.
Yeah, well, I mean, hey, opinions are like butts. Everyone has one. Even the ones that people are like, nah, I don't have a butt. Yes, you do. Things will be coming out of it. So, alright. So, overall, what is the one matchup that you're not looking forward to? I know you were talking about Mr. Pokeaims and those Bronx Bear ticks, but what overall, like, in your schedule, barring that team, are you not looking forward to the most?
If I'm being completely honest, it's going to be my week 2 matchup versus Donza. The dude has Tapu Lele with Mega Alakazam, and my only Psychic switch in is Tyranitar, which gets blown away by both of their Focus Blasts. So it's going to be a bit interesting to see how I can manage to pull that one off, because a Mega Alakazam under Psychic Surge is probably going to run amok through my team, considering my fastest Pokemon are base 115s. Well, besides Lycanroc under the Sandstorm of Tyranitar, but that's all I gotta say about that. That's definitely the scariest matchup, I think, in my opinion. Scarf Tapu Lele and Mega Alakazam definitely do a ton of work versus me, so I'm gonna have to make some definite plays to get around that. That's probably the scariest matchup I see. And I think for anyone, actually, in the draft format, that duo is just very powerful. Like, what's coming
Yeah,
in on a Mega Alakazam Psychic under Psychic Surge?
I don't know.
Probably a Registeel, so that's probably the only thing.
That's about it. That's about it.
That's literally about it.
And then it has to dab and dodge the Focus Blast. So yeah,
that's going to be interesting to see how people play around such a powerful core that he was able to draft.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. Okay. So I'm gonna go a little bit off topic here, just because I love going off topic, and after talk about matchups and everything, how do you feel that your prepping season will be? Like, you said, like, before, like, you're prepping for game 1, you're having a couple beers or a couple drinks. Excuse me, I don't know if you drink beer or anything like that.
It doesn't matter. Drink anything.
Yeah, you're having a couple soda pops, some beer, and
some soda pops.
you getting that sugar on,
Right.
And do you have like a little victory dance that you do when you win, or is that just like classified information there, or?
I don't really think about it when I win. I mean, when I win, it's cool. I just win. But I mean, I don't know. To be honest, when it comes to the MPL, like, I want to try hard and I want to win. I definitely want to win. But
definitely.
But when I do win, it's not like I don't feel. I mean, I feel accomplished in that sense, but I'm not like, fuck yeah, I just won. I'm more or less like, cool, I won. Now I got to start prepping for the next game. It's my mindset, more or less. It's like, cool, I got through one, now I got to get through another. Like, there's not really any time to celebrate until it's actually over, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's cool to win week by week, but what really matters at the end of the day is the trophy, more or less. In my opinion, though, everyone has their own opinions, but my opinion is, winning a game in a week is awesome, but it doesn't compare to taking it to the playoffs or even the trophy, for that matter.
This fits your team pretty well because you have a lot of mons that can be very modest, and you seem very modest by nature. So I really do commend you on this and everything. So let's just get into the nitty gritty and let's get to the hard question of the day, and that is, Mr. Top Tier Boy, coach of the Florida for Alligators, aka the Vote Turn King, aka Zygarde 10% Master. Why are you the next champion of the NPL?
Well, I guess if I have to say, I was your rookie coach last year, and by some miracle, I made it to the playoffs. Do I think I can do it again? Fuck yeah. Do I think I can win this? With a draft like mine, I don't want to seem cocky at all, but I actually really enjoy my draft. I don't know how well it's going to do for the rest of the season, like, going on forward, because I know week 1 I have a little bit of a good matchup versus the Jersey Devils, but I'm not sure how it's going to do for the rest of the season. But what I can say is I'm definitely going to do my best to try to take the W, and I don't see it. I don't know, dude, it could happen, honestly. Like, I made playoffs last season. I know Gypsy King, the best to ever do it, in Anthony Zazo, or in this, one of the 2 best draft players in my opinion. But I think I can hang with them. And like I said, I'm great friends with Gypsy King, so I know exactly how he thinks, so I'll just probably outplay him like I should, so.
Yeah. Oh, that, like I said, you're pretty modest. I like it.
Nah, I'm just making jokes. And to be completely honest, I'll probably make the playoffs and just fucking get knocked out again. But if that does not happen, I think I probably will take it. I don't know, dude. I feel my draft. I'm feeling my draft. I don't really see a major weakness besides the fucking Psychic Surge weakness, which I think every team does. Like, that fucking Tapu Lele, I voted for it to stay. Maybe I should have voted for the ban, because that thing is kind of broken. I thought I was going to get it. That's why I voted for it to stay, because I was going to fucking pick it up, and I didn't. So now I'm wishing I voted ban, because not being able to use priority and the fact that it hits really fucking strong it's going to be a very determining factor for most games, for sure. I definitely think that ability itself is going to come in and just wreak havoc, just because, some people depend on their priority, and now that the fact that you can't use it for 5 turns, it's going to be pretty devastating, in my opinion.
8 turns if it's Terrain Extender, by the way.
Yeah, exactly. And if they have that, but shit.
Well, because they're not running lefty, so it should be easier to kill it. But yeah, so that will be concluding our interview with Mr. Top Tier Boy, coach of the Philadelphia Alligators, and God, I freaking love this interview. By the way, I love interviewing people like you. You're, like, so nice and modest. You didn't even like shit talk anyone, man. You were like the best. You're
really
the best. I mean, do you want to call someone out while we hit the end card sequence?
Dude, honestly, I wouldn't have anyone to call out. Like, I think everyone in this league is fucking great in their own way. I guess if I have to call someone out, it'd probably be Maddie Brolick for not joining the MPL this season. I was bummed on that. I really wish he would have joined, but, you know, it is what it is, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, his shirtless,
yeah, hey, but I'm hyped that you're in it, though. That's going to be fucking tight. I don't know if I play you or not. I haven't checked the rest of the weeks. But if I do,
either, man.
But if I do, you have Tapu Bulu. Tapu Bulu, fuck you, dude. Tapu Bulu is so good.
Oh, man. But you don't have a Plusle switch, and so I don't know what you're talking about. So... So you better watch out. You better watch out. But yeah, my name is Carney Hobo, and this will be concluding our interview with Top Tier Boy, coach of the Philadelphia Alligators, and I hope to see you guys soon. Goodbye.
Alright, take it easy, guys.
God, that was beautiful.